fucking booty poppin' city bitch. Shoot a gun, bait a hook, bake a cook, you city bitch. Obama lovin' ain't see me up and I'm gon' mud in city bitch. Get out the sticks, you make me sick, can't drive a stick, you city bitch.
Damn, that's a nasty ass bit of poetry there from good old Minnie Thin, that city bitch, here on Ski.FM, motherfuckers. I'm just got done fucking mudding around my property in Louisiana. Just, you know, had a couple gators out there, you know. Gotta
Did you
get
wrestle
rough and tough and raffing, rumbling, wrestling them gators. Them damn gators never leave my property alone. Gators. I'm just trying to go
infringing on my fucking property.
Mudding.
I'm just trying to drive my fucking ATV, these fucking gators.
The best feeling is when you go mudding and then you can spit your dip wherever you want because it just looks just like the mud. It don't make no bitter difference at all.
But you already used our code to get 70% off your mud jugs, so you may as well just use that.
Get your goddamn rootin' tootin' mud jugs online at ski.fm.com. Damn, that's a good jug. Or I should say, damn, that's good dip.
There you go. Yes! Because it's like poetry,
circle.
It rhymes.
Yeah.
City bitch.
That was more hip hop, if you're wondering. It's quite the genre.
It's really a hell of a genre. It's underexplored.
I need more bass arrows to make more ancient arrows.
I feel like not enough people appreciate hip hop for what it is.
It's a beautiful, beautiful thing.
I mean, you could say that it's just derivative of hip hop, but really it's its own art form.
Yes. We don't fucking praise no Obamas around here.
Obama loving city bitch.
Obama loving city bitch. Have you ever even been mudding? Have you ever even felt the soft push of mud from beneath the large wheels of your fucking truck, bitch? You haven't seen shit, city bitch.
You can't
ever been
even
fucking
drive
mudding?
stick.
Do you even know what the
city
fuck
bitch.
mudding is? How far have you ever gotten the mud up the side of your vehicle, bitch?
Have you ever even fucked a horse?
God. JRH, NBR, bitch. Fucking city bitch. You don't know fuck about mudding.
Jesus. You're not a real country folk until you fucked a horse.
For the Europeans out there, mudding is a thing that rednecks do where they get their big old trucks with their big old wheels and they just drive around in the mud. They just drive around in the mud.
They're so bored that they invented a thing where they just drive around in the mud.
And it's not just that, it's a whole culture.
It is.
Like, people have the bumper stickers that say, you know, fucking life's all about mudding and shit. Like,
I love mudding.
That's the culture around this. They are obsessed with mudding because you know the liberals out there think that mudding is retarded and therefore they have to become radicalized in their love for mudding. It's quite the.
I don't want to hear you talk shit about mudding, Victor.
Oh God, mud jugs.
I'm gonna have to lift your truck and put some real tires on that bitch.
All right, I bought 20 arrows. Okay, another 10 arrows. This will be enough.
Should you cook?
Yes. I should cook, shouldn't I?
There's a fire, so I figure...
it takes so much concentration to cook.
Oh.
Anyways.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Alright,
this episode I was taking a big old shit. By the way, this was a horrid shit. The shit that I took in between these episodes, it was literally deep green.
Oh, no.
I'm assuming, because the only thing I really ate differently yesterday was Fruit Loops.
You can't eat cereal, Victor. You gotta stop.
Cereal just fucking annihilates me. I don't know what it is.
You gotta quit the cereal.
But that was some green ass shit, and it was deep in the day. Like it's like 3 o'clock or something, right?
Yeah, it's late in the day to be.
I usually poop, you know, in the morning after the coffee, and we went to the gym and everything, and like I wasn't shitting, and I was like, it's gonna be fucking deadly when this shit finally comes.
Yeah, you were farting up a storm, so I figured there was a
rip.
storm a-brewing.
A cold wind was blowing.
That is the only thing, is like sometimes I wish this house had 2 toilets so we could both shit at the same time.
Yeah, and you wouldn't have to feel my horrid death. my dank ass shits. Yours stick around. They linger. Because that fan doesn't take care of Hope's shits.
I'm sorry.
It's because you shit fast, so it doesn't have time to, like...
It's the speed.
to
The
go
speed
away.
at which
Yeah.
you shit.
The shit speed has a lot to do with it.
I mean, it's very, very possible. Whoa, what are you
Wow.
making?
I don't know.
Oh, okay.
Just experimenting. Oh, look at that.
Cool.
Hearty mushroom rice balls. I'm just making all kinds of hearty foods because those ones give you the extra hearts. And, like, if you make hearty stuff, it'll full heal you every time, which is people's big fucking hack for this game.
Life hack.
Like, oh, the game is unbalanced and broken because if you just make hearty stuff, then you will always get a full recovery. It's like, yeah, I mean, that's true. You are right. You just make hearty foods and you'll always have infinite health items. You just mix like one hearty thing with a bunch of normal stuff and then you just have like infinite recovery.
Sounds like the
good
way to
strategy.
go.
Yeah, it's a fucking pro strat. You get a mix of fucking hydro melons and some apples and you got a fucking healthy meal.
Yeah, sure.
Damn it, now I can't do this and concentrate on talking because it's, I shouldn't have put the hydro melon because that negates the hardy effect. I forgot that had a cooling effect. Fuck. The thing I have in my head to talk about will take a lot of concentration. But my concentration is being divided by this. Do you have a topic?
Into food. Cooking
Yes.
food. Let me pull out my list of topics. Do you want to be relevant for a minute?
Sure.
You want to talk about some Netflix shows?
Oh, no.
We'll start good and end bad. How about that?
Sure.
Okay. I'm sure, you know.
I'm like, what is good?
A little late to the party, but we watched Agretzko a couple weeks ago.
Yeah.
That was fucking great.
Well, we were early to the party
Yes, this
watching
is true.
it.
We watched it the day it came out.
Yes, we were far beyond anyone else discussing this. We were far ahead.
Yeah. It is phenomenal. It is fantastic.
fantastic.
It has
Everyone
great
should watch
characters. It has a great plot. It gives you some pretty solid life advice. Anyone who has ever worked the job can empathize and can understand this show. You're just like,
it's
yeah.
an instant classic. It's just fantastic.
It's beautiful. It came out of nowhere, and like, I have no attachment to Sanrio or Sanrio mascot characters.
I don't think anyone
So,
really does, you know?
No, there are
like,
totally people that are into that.
But it's not like they designed it for that, you know? They were trying to bring in a new audience.
They
not
were trying to
their
rope in
old
people
audience.
who aren't just like, oh, it's Hello Kitty. Like, okay.
Yeah, obviously.
So, Agretzko is a great move. She's
It's
adorable.
very
I would
endearing.
totally buy Agretzko merchandise if it was the right kind of thing.
Oh, fuck yeah.
It's pretty sick. Pretty good. Had a good boy in it. Had a nice little you know, character arc for him too.
Yeah.
It was great. 10 out of 10.
It's cool.
It's
a lot of
Good
fun.
ass.
And it gives you a nostalgia for liking anime and everything being good. When you're watching fucking Darling in the Franxx and you're feeling pissed off every day and you're just like,
Every day.
even when it's good, it's still fucking frustrating and bad. And then you go over there and you're like, wait a minute, anime could be good. That's right, they could just tell a good story without loading it with a bunch of stupid bullshit and asinine nothing.
It is true.
You don't, I don't know if I talked about it, but I don't like Darling in the Franxx very much.
Wow.
I'm sure that
That
there's
is a hot
consensus
take.
on that.
Please tell us more
I'm
about
sure
that.
a lot of people are real fucking surprised.
Wow, you don't like Darling in the
it's been-
Franxx?
it's been
Nobody
quite
likes
good.
Darling in the Franxx.
Exactly.
Nobody. Everyone, I think, is pretty much of the same opinion that it
Yeah.
is bad.
Pretty obnoxious in the worst possible way because it feels like it should be good because good people are involved.
But also,
And,
bad people are
yeah,
involved.
Too many bad people are involved.
They poisoned it. They poisoned the well.
Somebody poison the water hole!
Exactly. We also did watch another good anime last season that nobody else in the
Oh,
world
yeah.
fucking watched,
Yeah,
which was Kokoku.
we did.
It was dope, and
Connor
it had
a
a fucking top tier waifu.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Fucking
She's adorable.
waifu out the
She's
gate.
great.
Fucking...
the best.
Legit ass waifus.
She's so good. So fucking
Pretty good.
Maiden girl gets shit done.
Yes.
She's fantastic.
She accomplishes
She's
things.
such a good girl.
And Conrad dropped it after one episode like a motherfucker.
It is the sci-fi story that is like it's just a good story. It's just a good sci-fi. Why is no one watching this? Why is no one enjoying this?
Because nobody wants to have fun. They just want to watch the garbage of the week and want to kill themselves.
Haha, I just want a meme on anime.
I like how people like Jeff would rather make videos about how the new Sword Art Online isn't that bad, guys.
Rather than
it's
talk
kind of
about,
okay.
you know, something that's actually good.
Instead of, finding
like,
good
yeah,
anime.
cool, it's written by the guy who wrote Kino's Journey. It's still not great.
Motherfucking Jeff, man. This guy's becoming a problem to me.
Problematic. Are you triggered?
He's become so prolific, and it's just like Tokyo Ghoul video, My Hero Academia video, just the same shit forever. Sword Art Online thing. I mean, they keep making new versions of these things for him to talk about. He's just it never ends. He's just the most prolific guy in the fucking world right now. Like, all we see is just like, oh, new Mother's Basement, like
True.
2 or 3 times a week now or something.
Yeah, I think there was one week he posted like 3 videos.
He does at least 2 a week every week. Alright, I think that's enough food.
Okay, cool.
Okay. Yeah, because now we can go fucking do the tower, and we got food, and we got arrows, and we're gonna fuck them up.
Woohoo!
I got the arrows, right? We
Yeah,
better not
you
go up
bought
there.
arrows.
But I haven't bought the ancient arrows yet. That's what I need to go do. Did I fly up there and then not buy them?
Mm.
Oh yeah, because I went up there and then I was like, oh yeah, I need more arrows. I came down here and then you were like, you should cook food. And I was like, okay.
and I completely
that's a
derailed
train
you.
of thought around. Yes, let's make sure we're recording. Just, you know.
Yeah,
Just
go watch
precaution.
Kokoku. Quit
Just
wasting your
precaution.
fucking time.
Yeah.
Watch a good anime.
Okay, we're recording. Everything's good. Alright. Now that we've
Has
finished
a banging OP.
cooking,
It's a fucking.
it does have a fucking banging OP.
It's fantastic.
Like,
I
oh,
was
where's your
really-
fucking what's in an OP on this,
Yeah,
Jeff?
where's your what's in an OP on the fucking Kokoku OP? It's
Why are you talking about things that I
phenomenal.
like?
Though I was really surprised because it's a Miyavi song, and I'm used to Miyavi doing really edgy visual K shit. But maybe that was just my
Yeah.
middle school life coming back to haunt me. So who knows? Maybe he does not that stuff anymore.
Maybe. Maybe he's just, you know, branching out, or just has some range in there.
I
Just a little
suppose
bit of range.
maybe he does. Who knows?
But fucking, anyways. All
So-
right, I have a constructed idea of where I want this to go in my head. This
Okay.
discussion, but it's
Alright.
gonna be hard for me to focus on directing it in the right direction.
Ugh.
Because I wanted to talk about, you know, the elephant in the comments,
Okay.
which is Conrad and May's new Let's Play.
It's
show.
not a Let's Play.
It's not a Let's Play. That's the key thing to remember here, is that it's not a Let's Play. But
Right.
then that feeds into my greater point about it. I'm gonna start off this by being harsh on them, because that is the initial reaction.
Yeah,
The initial
okay.
reaction I have and the initial reaction that the internet has is the same.
Yeah.
But I have the ability to come full circle to conclusions, which a lot of people don't have.
Right.
A lot of people are just going to
Alright.
write it off with the first instinct, the first obvious thing to think. Because going into it, it becomes very obvious, very fast, that they are high as fuck. This is not a
Yeah.
hidden fact.
No,
this is
it's not.
This is what they embrace, but they are high as fuck. This
For
is
sure.
this is a key component of their new series, is that they are pretty fucking high. And I have hung out with them while they have been high a bunch, because
Yeah.
they're high all the time. They're high every time we're here. So I can tell that they are real fucking high while recording this, more than average. But there's a big problem with that, because I feel like this series, more than anything else, has shown, like, they're being real high the most. Like,
Yeah.
I really don't feel like I'm on Conrad's sides, where he's gone on the drugs PCP episode and everything, and he'll always be like, oh, me when I'm high is no different than me normal. Like, I just
Right.
am thinking differently and in a better space, and it's just a different kind of thing.
Yeah.
And, like, I agree with that most of the time. but in this series, they both feel very obviously different and very obviously less coherent.
Is it the equivocal to when we streamed Arms extremely drunk?
Yes, exactly.
And just screamed
It's
for
not
like
that
45
bad.
minutes?
It's not that bad. But, like, the discussions are pretty fucking unfollowable sometimes.
They
like,
do meander.
Sometimes they're pretty bad and meandering. And, like, way too much Denzel Curry shit. Not that that has to
Tons
do
of
with them being
Denzel
high,
Curry.
but God. So much fucking talking about Denzel Curry making me want to blow my fucking brains out. Because I don't give a shit about Denzel Curry. But most of the time it's good. Because I love listening to Connor and May talk. It's my, you know, we're listening to them all and I enjoy it a lot. It's a fun old good time. But that's where I have to get into my greater feelings, because like my initial knee-jerk reaction is to criticize them for being too high and for being I forgot I don't actually have to shoot it in the eye with these arrows. I just have to get him. But anyways, like, my knee-jerk reaction along with everyone else on the internet is to be like, this is garbage, you know, you're too high and it's a problem.
Right.
Oh, God damn it.
Dude, this guy is fucking wailing on you.
Damn it! Because as fast as I can get up and hit him, he gets fucked. God damn it. Anyways, okay. Because yes.
Yes. Okay,
But
formulate.
I gotta put it in the right way, because I had this in a very specific way in my head to articulate the point specifically. Mm-hmm. Because the feeling I get, and the feeling that most people are getting when watching it, is a feeling of embarrassment. Because when you hear someone who is super high and they're not making a good point, you feel embarrassed for them.
Right, it's that second hand.
Yes, you are projecting onto them. I am projecting onto them. When I hear them being super high and acting all goofy, what I project onto them is my anxiety of how I would feel if I were that way. And that's what everyone else is doing too. It doesn't have to do with the content being worse or anything. It's that you feel like if you were in that situation, you would be embarrassed, and so they should feel embarrassed. And it's really that you're thinking in your head what other people are gonna think. Like, when I see them acting so high, the reason I'm embarrassed is because I know that they're gonna get a bunch of shit for it. Yes, it's gonna get backlash, and I am afraid of their backlash, and therefore I am embarrassed by what they are doing for them. I am not embarrassed in the sense that I am associated with them, and I would I'm embarrassed by them, and I don't want to associate with them. It's not that. It's that I am feeling the cringe because I know the reaction that will be had by people who see this, and they're gonna go, oh, you're high and you're a fucking idiot. And so I feel bad because I don't want them to have to go through that. But everyone who is gonna criticize them is feeling the same way. The reason they are criticizing them is because they're also feeling like, oh man, you guys are gonna get so much shit and you're acting like an idiot and you need to stop because people are gonna make fun of you. But no one, I don't believe that anyone probably actually thinks that they're retarded, you know?
Right.
Like, no one is actually upset with this content. They are upset with the idea of the fact that they are going to receive criticism and are embarrassed for them. And it's that weird douchiness to me. I don't know.
I don't know that I completely agree with that sentiment as to what other people are thinking. Yeah. I think for you that's definitely true because you're so close to it, like, personally.
But
it's very personally involved for you.
Other people too,
but I think for a lot of people, they really just don't like the shift in the way the content is being created and presented. I think it's a legitimate dislike in the change.
I think there still is a giant bit of it that has to do with the stigma about the fact that they're getting high.
I agree.
Like,
I agree it has to do with the stigma of people being high and creating content. I don't think it all necessarily has to do with the secondhand embarrassment.
Yeah.
I think that's where I feel like that's not quite on the mark.
But I did want to get into, I wanted to start this off with shitting on them because their content is kind of fucking obnoxious and meandering, and like, if you played one of their old episodes next to their new episodes, you would see a noticeable change.
Yeah.
But then the the further point on that, in what most people are gonna miss, and what, you know, I would miss initially if I didn't fucking understand Conrad so well, is that the way they are seeing this is not, like, people, when you hear their new content and you think of it as bad, it's because you are holding it against their old content and what you think they should be doing.
Right.
Like,
it's
what your established conception
it's your personal
of what,
expectation of what you're going to receive when you watch the video.
Yes. So if your personal expectation is, I want it to be as good as Digi Bros used to be or something, like, I want the discussions to be on that level and I want it to feel like that, then you're gonna be disappointed and you're gonna feel like, oh, Conrad's a high idiot, because you're projecting what you want.
That's what I think the problem that many people have is
I
the
didn't mean
difference
to say that it was all
content.
projecting, like, the embarrassment aspect, but it is all projection of some sort.
Well,
like,
everything you perceive is a projection of what you expect or what you want.
Exactly. But Conrad always has to be at the tail end of that projection, where everyone projects what they want out of him onto his content, even though he's very clear about how that is not what he wants it to be. Which is why he is so adamant about calling it not a Let's Play and stuff. When it is. It's just the same shit we've always done. Like, there's literally no difference between what he's doing now and what Digibros was, besides the fact that he doesn't care about, like, the continuity of the gameplay.
Right.
But it's still this, like, it's the same thing.
I mean, because the Let's Plays were always basically just podcasts.
We've always called Digibros a podcast,
That's all, you know, that's not that
It's
different.
always been the same content. It's no different. And, like, a lot of people aren't gonna get that, but that is what he is going for. And it's not that the content has gotten worse in any way. It is different. It is not thought of in the same way. It is not going for the same thing. He is not trying to create the same sort of discussions that we are trying to create here.
Right.
They are creating a different atmosphere than they were before.
It's a different kind of content. That's all it is.
It's a different kind of content. Now they're being more chilled out. They're getting baked. It's from the approach that maybe you should be chilled out and getting baked too while you listen to it, you know? Because it's not taking itself seriously. They aren't trying to make an interesting and engaging Let's Play show, you know?
Right. They're just like hanging out and making videos.
Getting baked and talking to each other because it's a good way to talk to each other. So it's like, I want people to go at it from a different mindset than projecting their expectations of what it should be. And people, you know, people are in our comments already comparing our show and his show, as they always have, which we've always memed and been like, you know, we're the better show, blah, blah, blah. But it's like, they're going for a different thing. You can't compare the two anymore because they're not the same genre anymore. Even though they are literally the same thing.
I mean, yeah.
They are now different genres because Conrad is going for a different
It's just goal, how, like, you know, you might choose to watch one person's Let's Play of a video game over another because you like the cadence of their speech, or you like what they talk about, or they're funnier, or, like, whatever the case may be. It's still the same thing. You're just, it's little tweaks. It's just little tweaks that change the what it is that you're consuming. Yes. That's all it is.
It's just that now...
What do you in particular like?
I come at our show with the pretension of wanting to be a good, constantly entertaining show with non-stop action, and Conrad wants to get high and talk to his fiancé, you know? Like, it's two different intentions going into it.
Right.
I am a neurotic man who doesn't want to have any fucking pauses in my speech, even though I'm retarded and stutter and fucking and lose my mind. And Conrad just wants to get high and do a show with his fiance, and there's no problem with that. There are no flaws with his new show. It is just different, and you gotta get used to it, you know? Same thing with all of his content. It is different, and it is changing, because he is in a period of change, and you just gotta get used to it. Like he was explaining with his new Patreon goal, like, giant vlog thing, where he's just like, I'm not the human content machine anymore, you know?
Right.
That's not his goal. That's not what he values right now. He's not doing the same thing. And I'm glad he brought a show back, because we get to listen to Conrad May talk and be stupid and fucking... We drink our coffee and we sit on our phones.
It is
like,
soothing.
It's great. Yeah, it's perfect.
It's a good morning ritual, because
it's better than
very relaxed.
none at all. I want their pod... I like them a lot. I like the Digi and May stuff when it was around, and I like it now because I like to hear them talk, you know? I like to be in on what they're doing. It's a fun time, and I don't want it to go nowhere. They're doing a good old job. I didn't spend as much time being negative on it as I intended, because I wanted to paint the perfect picture of how the commenters are approaching this and how they are perceiving it, you know? Because people are perceiving it in that way of, oh, Conrad's such a high idiot. Oh, you're so baked. It's embarrassing, dog. It's just like, but like, at the end of the day, just stop being a pretentious dick about it, you know? Or just stop watching the show.
I was gonna say, well,
you know,
ultimately, if you don't enjoy that kind of content, just don't watch it. It's pretty easy. Just if someone changes in a way that you don't enjoy, just don't consume that content.
Yeah.
That's it.
You get out the old audience that doesn't care anymore and get in the new audience that does care, which is what's happening. Because
audiences will adapt to, you know, whatever changes are made.
Where the fuck is the other dude I gotta shoot? There's another eyeball guy. I thought he was in there. But anyways, yeah. Don't judge Conrad and his newfound highness. The weed thing, man. It's such a point of controversy for everyone except Conrad. Everyone feels this fucking responsibility to intervene with him. The fucking drugs episode of the PCP everyone should listen to, and it's just this big fucking mess.
Oh god.
Because like, you can't argue with Conrad because he's so like he knows what he is doing and his intentions behind it so well, and it's really just everyone else projecting their fears onto him that wants him to stop doing what he's doing, you know? Where it's not gotten to a point where to him it is damaging him at all, even though it is easy to perceive it as damaging him. But you can't stop him, you know? It's Conrad. You can't reason with him. He thinks in his own ways. Yeah, that's all I gotta say about that.
True.
Okay. But man, y'all are fucking hard as fuck to follow sometimes. The fucking rambling discussions. I'm just like, what
usually
the fuck
just
are they talking
kind of
about?
like
Zone
just
out
listen and
it,
go,
yeah.
oh, we're talking about this now? Cool.
Exactly.
Check in, check out, check in, check out, you know, chill.
Keep it casual.
Exactly.
Another eyeball guy somewhere, I swear to God. He's under one of these platforms, I don't remember where. I feel like he's probably under here, and it's just like not appearing for some reason. Shit. Fuck.
No. Well, that's not gonna do you any favors.
No! Should have healed.
Heal.
Oh! Game over. Boy. How deep are we in this?
About 24-ish.
Alright, we can keep talking.
On that note, maybe we could transition into a different thought.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. Because, I think you've been experiencing this recently, and, it's clear, it comes and goes for me. The last couple weeks it was pretty bad. Right now it's okay. But I think you might understand what I mean when I say, what, maybe, because, like, I'm trying to think of a good way to transition this thought. Let's see.
Don't know where this is going
because when you were talking about getting high with Conrad and May when they were here, and the next day you said that you just, like, you weren't high anymore, but you just felt, like, chill. Like, you didn't feel the pressures of the next day or, like, knowing what you needed to do in the future.
Like, I was still paranoid because I thought I was still high, which I definitely kind of was still high that next day. But yes, I was very much living in the moment and not, like, worried about anything that was going on.
What are you still electrified by? Your bow?
Fuck. Motherfucker.
Oh, Victor!
I'm like trying to swap out the bow and it's not fucking doing anything. Too many fucking buttons. Christ.
Fear. A sense of fear.
Okay.
Anyway.
Okay.
So you were talking about how you weren't living with a constant sense of anxiety and anticipating what was going to happen the next day,
which is literally me,
which led me to the thought of
all the time.
Living underneath a constant blanket of anxiety.
Yes.
Because, like, when I'm at work and whatnot, people will always tell me like, oh, Hope, I mean, you know, you always seem to be fine. You always seem to be so calm. Anytime like shit is hitting the fan, you always just roll with it. And I'm just, they're just like, you know, you're so, you know, prepared and everything. And it's like, I'm not prepared. I have literally just lived under such an intense sense of anxiety and anticipating what I am going to have to do next, and what is going to, you know, what's going to happen tomorrow, and what's going to happen next week, and what's going to happen in the future, that I have just become numb to chaos in the moment. And it does, I can just like, I'm just like, yeah, alright, let's do it, I guess. Like, it's not that I'm calm, I'm just always anxious, and so that is my state of being. And so people perceive me as being very, like, calculating and calm and put together, when I, in fact, am not. I'm just always anxious and have considered every possibility that could happen and have prepared myself to do any of those things.
We are always mentally prepared for failure. And people literally say the exact same thing about me. Like, especially women seem to, like, tell me, like, I am very calm and, like, this calming presence, and I just don't lose my cool. And it's like, yeah, because, like, I'm fucking always, like, anxious as fuck. Like, I'm already...
My secret is I'm always anxious.
Yeah. So it's like, I'm used to handling that pressure all the time, because that's how it is in my head, you know?
Right.
Like, the difference between a stressful situation... Like, it has to be really bad for me to be, like, stressed out.
Right,
because, like, I'm always putting that level of stress
really
on myself. Yeah.
Because in my head, I'm always counting down. I'm always like, oh, 12 hours until I have to go to work, 8 hours until I have to go to work, 6 hours until I have to go to work. You know, whatever the case may be, I'm always counting down to something and, like, preparing for something. So, like, constant onslaught of anxiety.
Right now, I am thinking about the fact that at probably 6 or 7 o'clock, like... Okay, so I have to do a job, and so this guy is, like, on the... He was like, oh, we should get drinks or something and talk about the job, and then we were kind of like, oh, maybe Thursday, and then he's like, oh, I gotta do something Thursday. So now he's like, okay, we'll just do a call, and then it's like, me and him and the other guy who have to be in the call are all free all day, but, like, I want to postpone it because I'm doing this.
Yeah.
So I was like, maybe we do it at, like, 6 or 7, and then, like, I see a blinking text on my phone. And so, like, I know what is coming is that I will have to do a call today. And so, like, the whole time I'm doing this, I'm already anticipating the next thing I have to do.
The next thing you
and I also have to
are
edit this fucking video, and then tomorrow I have to do something. So it's like, I'm constantly in fear of the things I'm gonna have to do next.
Right.
And that's my constant state of being, is like, I'm thinking about the fact that my calendar for next month isn't totally full, you know, all the time. And I'm not really doing anything about it to help it. So it's that anxiety will never leave. And I'm always, like, anytime I'm safe, that it's like, okay, well, now I have to think about the next month, you know? It's that constant anxiety. And then something like when I was working on, like, these feature films, I was more calm than usual just because, like, I don't have to think about what I'm going to do in a couple weeks, you know? Like, oh, I have a 4-week-long job. This is the calmest I'll ever fucking be. Because even though the job is extremely stressful and all this shit's going on, like, at least I'm not worried about the greater sense of terror that I have over, like, what am I gonna do next in my life, you know? At least I have some sense of security for a couple weeks.
Yeah.
So yes, that's why I'm more calm.
For me, I feel like it's low-key always there, but then sometimes it's really high-key. Like, the last couple weeks, it was really bad, and I was really anxious, like, all the time.
Motherfucker, is this
and I was like, I guess this is why people take Xanax. This is why people are drug dependent, because this is just, like, I hate this. I don't want to be like this right now. Yeah. But it chilled out.
I do wonder about that. It's like, is this most people these days?
Is it? That's what I started wondering, because, like, when I was working in the hospital this past spring, a lot of people would come through, and, like, probably, like, 60% of them, one of their prescriptions was, like, Xanax or some similar thing for anxiety. So is it, like, everybody actually does have high-key anxiety, like, and they're on medication, or like, what?
It's because it's, like, everyone is on it, but all the normies are getting medicated because they don't know how to deal with it and they aren't self-aware enough.
Right. Is it just, like, y'all are too weak to handle anxiety? Or,
I think
like...
it might be self-awareness or something. I don't know.
Because, like, what is the difference? Because I have never even considered, like, going on like Xanax or anything. Never even thought about it.
Yeah.
I just
that,
suck it up and deal with it.
The normal state of being.
Right. It's just the way things are. It's just there's always anxiety there.
And it could be that different kinds of people handle it different ways, and there's varying degrees of it, But
right. Yeah. But
it's always
makes
hard
me really
with,
curious.
with your own anxiety. It's always hard to imagine that there is worse anxiety than what you are feeling, because that's your frame of reference.
Well, I guess.
And like, how do you quantify something like that?
I guess that's actually that's really hard because for me, I'm always talking down to myself about it. I'm always like, whatever I'm worried about is not that big a fucking deal. It's not going to be a problem. It's going to be fine. It's going to sort itself out. Why am I even having anxiety about it? So when I see people who are like, there's one particular girl at my work, and she's always like posting on Facebook, posting on Instagram about how bad her anxiety is, about how she had an anxiety attack, about how like all this stuff is going like, and I'm just like, dude, don't you think like all of us are going through that, but we don't feel the need to like fucking pound about it on social media.
A mental gymnastics thing, and there's different ways people handle different things, but you can also get in the mental trap of being obsessed with it.
Yeah.
Where, like, she is becoming even worse because she's talking about it so much, and she's making that part of her identity, and she's accepting the fact that she can't control it.
Right.
So it's like that gets you deeper in the hole because you're thinking this thing has a power over me,
Mm.
And I can't control it. And,
so
and this and that.
It's like she maximizes it, whereas I try to minimize it and tell myself like, "You're being a bitch. Stop it. You're being a fucking weak little bitch. Knock it off."
Where is the guy?
I have no clue where this guy is.
Cause like I know there's like that ledge over there that's supposed to drop, and like the goo's supposed to go away by shooting the dude, and I can't find him.
Yeah, we've looked.
It feels like I looked everywhere.
Looked a number of places.
Just like not appear when I got close somewhere. What the fuck? Where's the guy?
Where's that boy?
I feel like I've been stuck here before.
Oh.
But that also brings me to like I understand Conrad getting high constantly. Because I think he's probably under a similar pressure to me 100% of the time, which is where is my life going? What the fuck am I doing? And because he is constantly at home,
right,
and constantly like
there's no escape.
His job depends on his work ethic and his ability to push forward. He doesn't just get to go into a job and work,
Right.
He doesn't have any stability. Like I understand that he is under that constant pressure, and that's what a lot of his music has been inspired by, is that constant anxiety and constant pressure. And so like, when he smokes weed, he does not feel that anymore. And I have felt that, that feeling of not having to worry about what is coming next that you feel when you smoke weed. And, like, I could understand when you feel that release, you do not want to go back,
Yeah.
So, I imagine he's probably feeling pretty great. And why would he want to stop smoking the weed when it is helping him mentally a lot,
Right.
And that's, what antidepressants are supposed to do for you.
Yeah, well.
Motherfucker. What the fuck?
I really do not know where this boy is.
What the fuck? Just end the episode.
Boy.
Continue the next one, looking for the guy, and then all the comments will be like, "Oh, the guy is here!" Like as if I like
because you
could
will
upload the video and read the comments in between the episodes.
Yeah, of course.
Jesus.
Where is he?
I do
not fucking know.
It's like I think that platform drops.
That would make sense.
And then you go up there, and then like that goo there is supposed to go away, so that you can go up there. I thought the guy was supposed to be down here under the thing. Like down in here. Down in here.
Down in here.
And he's on here.
I don't know. Maybe he
I
didn't
shot
get the
one guy
memo.
at the very beginning. Like, this seems like it would be a place where he would be. And he's not around. What the fuck am I doing?
I don't know.
Oh, I don't know. What am I doing? Maybe he's up on the ledge? Oh shit. slowly kills you. Like maybe he pops out of that corner. Where are you? There's nowhere you can like fly from. Oh, maybe I'm just supposed to climb up this thing. I could do it. Maybe I'm supposed to jump from here.
I mean.
Wow. Oh. Maybe there wasn't another guy, and I'm just a dumbass. Anyways, next time on Vic and Hope. I'll be less of a dumbass, hopefully. Jesus.